Hi, Mac. Thank you for joining.
Hello, world of YouTube.
My name is Bob.
As the fact that it's December, end of the year lists, you knew I was going to do them. I got quite a bit for y'all's. I'm filming 2 tonight with Jesse. And we're also filming a special video, which you guys would have already seen. And we're doing
End of the year special.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of special. This is the albums of the year list. This is a top 11 albums.
We're doing albums?
We're doing albums first, then we're going to do songs. Well, at least in terms of filming. And albums first to get it out of the way. But, yeah, this video is going to be longer. 2011 had a lot of great albums. That's why I'm splitting up into multiple lists. We're going to list off some of our honorable mentions, and then we're going to do our 11, because you know I do 11. It's an amazing number. What we're going to do is trade off back and forth our, like...
You know, the usual.
Yeah. So, some honorable mentions. What were some of your honorable mentions for the year?
Path of Totality, by Korn. It was good enough to do that. I respect it for being made, first of all. And it was alright. I mean, I liked the majority of the songs. Like, pretty much what Sammy said. Everything with Skrillex is good. Ativist by OTEP. Something. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's Ativist.
I got the special edition, and it comes with this, like, Maledictions. That's, like, a bunch of short stories. It has, like, the actual full-length story of Baby's Breath, the spoken word track. And it has a bunch of good shit. That chick is, like, a genius. Very interesting read, too. The Hunter by Mastodon, and if anyone doesn't know, I'm not the biggest Mastodon fan.
Yeah.
But I like The Hunter. It was good. I traded it back in, but it was good nonetheless. American Capitalist. There's 4 songs that I really just can't listen to. Like 5 through 8, just
yeah, we're gonna review that tonight.
Yeah, we'll review that. Yeah. But the other ones are good enough to make it an honorable mention, but it's just not that stellar, to be totally honest. I was expecting more after War is the Answer, and I listened to that the other day, and I was like, no, you're going this way, please come back. Like, you know. Worship Music by Anthrax.
Yeah, he wasn't an Anthrax fan, really.
I hadn't listened to much,
and then,
but it was quite delicioso right there.
Pretty good.
Another one would be Against the World by Winds of Plague. A deathcore band, believe it or not.
He's been getting into deathcore this year. So.
Only really 2 bands, Winds of Plague and Suicide Silence. It was a pretty good album. I enjoyed it. I mean, some of it was a little weird, which is why it's not on here. And One for Sorrow by Insomnium.
I didn't even hear that one.
It's a death metal band from like Sweden. You should check it out.
Now, for my honorable mentions, there was a lot that I didn't wanna take out because this is so hard for me to do. But 5 albums. One of them I didn't completely listen to, and that was El Camino. But what I heard was so good that if I got the album, it would probably be on my list, and I would hate Sammy for reviewing it because you gave it a review. And you're not gonna see the Sammy, I know, but because you gave a review of it, I had to listen to some of it.
You can actually post a video response. This has a video response to that album.
He never comments on my video responses though.
My favorite album is Lulu.
Shut up, Brad. You don't count.
Brad has no taste.
Another
Children of Bodom, Metallica, Disturbed. That's it. A
breakout album this year that really surprised me for the way that it sounded was One by Tesseract.
That's still a woman.
That album.
Sorry. That dude is a transvestite.
I hate that
he is something.
I hate that they don't have that singer anymore because he's really good. But I really like the sound of that band. I liked the mix of this Meshuggah riffs with this really great vocalist. I mean, he was good. He soared, and and his heavy was good. The drums, that album was really good, and it actually surprised me. But just had to leave it up.
Take a big wiggy.
One album really gutted that I'm not putting on here. It's just so close. It's like 12. If I had to make it 12,
it's on mine.
Time Is Up by Havoc. I love me some thrash. Brad actually described the vocalist perfectly. It's like Alexi Laiho meets Dave Mustaine. And that's pretty much what it is.
And it's great.
It's so good.
And I love how they tune their guitars.
Yeah.
And I love how it's mixed.
And like
it is a very well mixed album.
They have some great gang vocals, which are great for thrash. They combine so many great elements of thrash metal into this one release. And damn it, I really want to put it on here, damn it, because it's so fucking good. And I was just impressed by this album. That's why it's on my honorable mentions. Neighborhoods by Blink-182.
Is that actually good?
It was good, except for Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge's voice annoyed the guitarist. the
Yeah.
whiny guy.
Yeah.
He sounds so melodramatic and I got annoyed with it.
Angels and Airwaves.
Yes, and he has that voice in this band now in Blink, which annoys me. But I like Mark Hoppus's voice, and I love his work. I love the drums. Travis Barker's drums on this album, some of the best out of Blink's career. The opening to Up All Night, The Heart's All Gone. I love that classic, good pop punk, and it works so well. Fantastic release. Another release that I said was disappointing earlier in the year, but really grew on me, was The King of Limbs by Radiohead. I'm not the biggest Radiohead fan, but I really love the band, and I respect everything that they've done as a band in terms of helping break out of their own shell, and I respect them for that and everything they've done for the music industry. And this album, first couple listens, was kind of like, this is it. But the more I listened to it, and the more that some of these songs really stuck out to me, like Bloom and Give Up the Ghost, specifically those two songs really stood out to me. And I liked the album a lot more than I originally did, and it's definitely an honorable mention for me. So let's get to the list now. Number 11.
Iconoclast by Symphony X.
Okay.
Which it opens with a 10-minute fucking song.
It's
progressive metal, and it's just like, every time I hear the word progressive metal, I think of some European band from Croatia.
Yeah.
But I forget that these masters of this progressive metal are from America.
Yeah.
Some of them, most of them. And the thing is, it's better than Dream Theater's album. Flat fucking out.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big Dream Theater fan.
I am.
But it's
so
but it's better.
It's much better.
I mean, the first track I heard was End of Innocence, and it's just, I mean, you know what you're gonna get from Symphony X, but I thought Paradise Lost was my favorite album by them, which actually might not be true. I either liked Odyssey, but that's never mind. But it's a great follow up. I'm sad there was only 9 songs, but there's like 3 10-minute songs on there.
It's a great
opens
epic
with
album.
one.
It's a great. It's
and they keep you interested. And I just love how where Russ Allen went lyrically. It was very good. I liked the theme, and it was just overall good. It was the better album that was released on the same day. Because that In Flames' album was released.
Yeah.
And that album was just bleh.
It's disappointing.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Iconoclast.
My number 11 is Takasago Army by the band, I think it's Chthonic or Chthonic. First off, Kyle, I know you're not going to watch this, but fuck you for giving me this album.
I almost put it on there. I heard one song.
It's amazing. It's like,
Gojira.
They're a Korean band or Taiwanese. They're from Asia. I think it's Korean. I'm pretty, like, 99% sure it's Asia. And they mix their sound with, like, the instruments of Korea with this, heavy metal. I would compare it to Orphanland style of how they do things. It's like them with a vocalist that sounds like the guy from Gojira. I mean, it's so heavy and grand. They were gonna put out an EP.
That sucks.
But it's so big, and it's just for this band that I've never heard of to make this fucking amazing release and just impress the shit out of me. This is the first time I've ever heard of theirs, and I want to get more. It's everything I like from that specific genre of music. Some call it black metal, but it sounds more like melodic death metal to me, especially the vocals. It's not technical, but it's like it's so big. It's kind of like, I would compare it not completely to the Grandest of Symphony X, but along the same lines of this grand sound mixed with something different.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really dug that. So I think it's a fucking amazing album.
Number 10?
Yeah.
Time Is Up by Havoc. It's
a great
The thing is
album.
that compared to the other thrash releases this year, just getting into Anthrax is the reason I didn't put on there. With that album, holy fucking, it was good. I might have to buy that. But in 13 by Megadeth it was what you're gonna get from Megadeth.
Yeah.
It wasn't spectacular.
There's a lot more mid-tempo on there.
But Havoc's is, oh my Jesus. I actually got this from Anthony Fantano and the Neo drop. I saw it and I'm like, he said it's good, I'm gonna check it out. 2 songs, next fucking day.
Yeah.
Bought the damn thing. And I'm like, it's just so good. It's just the way the album is mixed, the drummer, holy hell.
I mean, it's, oh my god.
His fills are nuts. And then the guitarists are just, the solos are outstanding. And then the riffs are just heavy. Very, very heavy.
Very, very, not like brutal heavy, but like very...
Very driven.
Throwback thrash heavy.
Like, it's brutal.
It's not brutal.
They're very, but they're just chugging.
Yeah, they got some good rides on those riffs.
And I can't wait for future releases by them. Which was really funny at Mayhem. We saw like 3 people with Havoc shirts.
I was kind of surprised with that.
Yeah. It's like, where'd you get their material? Merch store? Jesus. But yes, that's my number 10.
My number 10.
Since I'm getting into new genres.
Yeah. My number 10 is Hot Sauce Committee Part 2 by the Beastie Boys.
Gotta fight for your right.
Love me some Beasties. Beasties, classic group, and for them to come back with this...
Hall of Fame.
What you want?
I'm stoked for that. But, like, for them to release this album of them just putting some really good beats out there, really good, like, crazy-ass shit is, like, them epitomized. And then you have, like, one of their tracks going back to their punk roots, which I was so glad to hear. And, the punk track name on here, sorry, kind of flabbergasted at the moment, but, like, to have that on here, or Lee Major's Come Again, that's the name of the track. Anyway, great album. Not the best thing they've done, but for them to come out with this after some of their previous releases, it really surprised me, and I was really taken aback by it. It's still no Ill Communication, still no License to Ill, still no Hello Nasty, but it's a pretty damn good release.
Number 9, Pig Hammer by Wayne Static, actually. Just the fact that I was so upset when Static X was put on hiatus. 2 favorite bands, hiatus, and then Mudvayne not coming back. But anyway, I'm off topic again. Just to see that this solo record sounds so much like Static X.
Yeah.
But it sounds like good Static X. I'm not talking about...
No Cult of Static.
Cult of Static. Cannibal was alright. I mean, most of it was alright. Yeah. But Cult of Static, bad album to go out on for Static X. But his voice sounds better.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound as shot.
Yeah.
Like, I literally think he's like, alright, I'm going to take this sound, I'm not going to drink water for a year, and we're going to record this record. I'm just not going to drink any fluids, my throat's going to be dry as shit. And I think maybe in Pig Hammer he drank like maybe 2 bottles of water.
He sounded a lot better.
But yes, and I'm glad to see that this side project actually was good. I mean, it wasn't straight away. I mean, I can see where it's not a Static X project. I can see that.
Like, the drum work.
The drum work, well, I actually think it's a drum machine.
Yeah, I'm saying so.
You can definitely tell. But the chugging riffs and his vocal delivery, I'm not really thinking that his lyrical concepts aren't Static X, but his delivery is Static. He still I mean, he is Wayne Static. But overall, it's a good album. It surprised me, and I'm glad he put it out. And I'm hoping... I mean, I'm not going to say I don't want to see another one from him, but... I wouldn't mind, but I would like him to go to Static X. But seriously, that band is like just disbanded. They have like nobody. But anyway, good album. Number 9.
My number 9 is "Ruining It for Everybody" by Arrested Development.
I just love that name. Every time I hear, I just think of 4 people wrestling a fucking Kodiak, just rolling around the ground. You know, the usual.
When I first heard this band last year, or 2 years ago now,
good.
I became immediately attached, and I've heard.
Like I said the other day, everything with Kevin Bacon in it is good.
Yes. I mean...
It's just a name.
I've heard people really not get into this band for reasons I don't understand. I mean...
I can see it.
No, I mean bands that do that style. Like I Roast the Baron once.
It is a weird kind of band.
It's kind of coming into this whole... People want to criticize them for her vocals for sounding kind of deathcore-ish.
But she's a phenomenal fucking vocalist.
She's a fucking awesome vocalist, and
for the fact that you can go from just
to like a great singing,
an angel, is what I'm hearing.
And like, they really kind of threw you through a loop on some tracks, like You Know That Ain't the Dog's Real Voices, with the whole surf breakdown. That's so random as shit. And, you know, the first couple tracks, I was kind of like, alright, this seems like a lot of the same. But, like, by the 3rd track in, they started branching out in sounds. I got a little mid-tempo in there, some just straight clean vocals for a good bit. And I was really I liked this mixed bag that they were thrown together. And it's not my favorite metal album of the year, but it definitely was not my least favorite. It's actually, for a sophomore album to sound this good, it was fantastic to me. And that's why it's my number 9.
Plus that a birthday cake.
Plus that birthday cake.
That's the usual.
Birthday cake, yeah.
Alrighty, number 8 is Beast by Devil Driver. My list is all metal, except for one, just so you guys know. It's, I mean, coming after, what was it, Pray for Villains?
Yeah.
Pray for Villains was alright.
It was a lot more streamlined.
Yeah, it was mainstream.
Yeah.
Whatever, streamlined, whatever. Same difference.
Yeah.
But it's a great fucking album. I mean, the first 6 tracks are just, holy crap. And then the last 5 are, and the cover, Black Soul Choir.
Yeah. Lots of great,
good fucking cover band.
Yeah.
I like Des Fafara.
It's better than their Iron Maiden cover.
Which one did they cover?
They covered,
I'll Be My Name?
No, it was, Wasted Years.
I haven't heard it. I have to listen to it later.
It's...
Well, I'm sure, I mean, I don't think Des does too much justice to Mr. Dickinson.
Yeah.
But anyway, It's just a great fucking album. I remember the day I got it, I was just killing time. I was literally sitting in my car in the mall parking lot listening to the first 7 songs.
Yeah.
And then finally went home. It's just...
It's
so
got some great
fucking...
riffs.
It's a great... you know what you're gonna get, but it's a great... It's literally a fucking beast.
It's not on my list, but it was on my list for a while.
I'm glad they put it out, and I'm hoping that their next album, if they keep doing this whole 2-year thing...
You know what Des is doing too, right?
What?
He's back with Coal Chamber too.
Is he?
Coal Chamber's back together.
Oh, my girlfriend's gonna be stoked. Sam loves Coal Chamber.
Yeah, they're back together.
Well, that means we're not gonna see a Devil Driver album for a while.
Maybe, well, no, because he's still doing both.
Oh,
He's balancing between the two.
Well, anyway. Well, that's the thing. Not many artists can balance. Don't die, man. Brad's dying,
Brad's dying.
just so you know.
Yeah.
But yes, number 8, Beast.
My number 8 was Green Naugahyde by Primus. I know in my review I gave this album kind of a harsh treatment.
I thought it wasn't going on there.
No, it was. It was just going to go low. It wasn't going to go as high as I wanted it to be. It's still a disappointment, but it's grown on me. Some of the tracks start to sound more... I can get the Primus vibe out of some of the tracks. I really wanted to love this album more than I did, but I still think it's great. I still go back to the album to listen to it, because I love me some Primus. And I didn't like the change that they were going for. I hope that they at least adapt on it more, and it has grown on me. It's just still not as great as I wanted it to be. So, I mean, I did the review. It's just grown on me, that's why, yeah. Number 8.
7 now, right?
7, yes.
I'm With You by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yes, it's the same one as yours.
Same spot. You
Well,
never seem to not do that in a list.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a great Chili Peppers album. I thought it wasn't that great because I wasn't big on the Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie, but the whole fucking album is just... I listened to it twice, and it's just so damn good.
I thought your list was all metal.
Well, I said all but one.
Yeah.
But it's just a great Chili Peppers album. I like it a lot more than their last release, Stadium Arcadium. And I like Danny California, but this record is just so good. I loved how it just flowed it just felt like it flowed like this. It's just a great Chili Peppers album. Everything is good about it. And I fucking love Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
He's great. He's a great guy.
I feel like every time I listen to him, I'm reading like a short story or listening to a short story. Because it's like 5-page lyrics. And everything rhymes. And there's never not an album that there's a fucking state or a country name in one of their songs.
What was it on this one?
Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah.
He always rhymes something with a country. You always know that.
What I liked about this album is that it wasn't...
We can kind of just stream.
Yeah,
just
that's kind of what we're doing. It wasn't the same. Like, it was different for them. You had, like, a bossa nova track, and you had, like, this really salsa feel on some of these songs, and I liked that vibe, and you had, like, disco in Monarchy of Roses. Like,
I like that song.
That's probably my favorite song on the album. I mean, I love that.
What was the second track? I forget the second track. Factory of Fate.
Yeah, Factory of Fate.
That was a great fucking track.
Yeah, I mean, and the guitar work isn't as, intricate or frusciante, but that doesn't bother me. And his vocals are fucking weird, because it sounds like a woman. You know the woman vocals? That's the guitarist.
What?
Yeah, that's the guitarist.
Oh, Josh Klinghoffer?
Yeah, that's his voice. The high-pitched...
Did I Let You Know is probably my favorite track off the
album.
album.
I mean, that's the bossa nova track. I mean...
That's my favorite one.
It's got that very salsa-y feel.
And He Wants a Baby was good, too.
I mean, and the bass lines are so great on this.
Flea is my favorite bassist.
Flea does some fucking amazing bass. Not as good as the bass lines on Primus... But
you're treading an interesting water.
Yeah.
There.
But
seriously, the thing.
He wrote some hooky ass bass lines.
I would probably put it third as one of my third favorite Chili Peppers albums. Like Californication, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and I'm With You.
I really like some of their early.
I don't know. I haven't heard a lot.
It's
of
very.
I need to listen to By the Way again though. So
By the Way is pretty good too. But like
I don't know. This is just a good album all along.
Great hooky bass lines, great choruses.
I was definitely excited when it was announced.
Yeah,
I was just like, Chili Peppers album.
I dug this quite a bit. It was a good little change for them, and I'd be interested to see where they take this, what elements they pull apart, what elements they keep. What elements they adapt.
And I'm glad that they put out such a good album with the new guitarist.
Yeah, it was a great introduction to Josh Klinghoffer in terms of, because I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Now we do.
And I looked him up and he played in some bands I like, and I was like, alright, let's see what he's got. And I was impressed.
And for such a big name band coming off of Frusciante.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He had big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He filled them well.
He filled them pretty well.
They really incorporated his style well together. But anyway, number 6?
Yeah, number 6.
The Black Crown by Suicide Silence. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking... Oh my god. I hated this band. Not even maybe, let's see, look at my watch, that's non-existent, 6 months ago. And then I picked the fucking album up. Holy balls. I mean, when we were at Mayhem, I felt the bass vibrating my fucking stomach.
Yeah.
The album is just so fucking groovy, and Jonathan Davis is on it.
Yeah, I know what.
Witness the Addiction, great fucking track.
I haven't heard anything off.
I mean,
I'm just not a fan.
Apparently I've been very angsty. I'm very angsty, according to Kyle. And this is a very good album for me to listen to when I'm mad. I actually picked it over War is the Answer one day.
Nice.
And it did well. It did well. I mean... some of it does sound like a cow dying, I'll still admit that. Some of it still makes me smile from laughter, because it is still funny, because what someone can do with their voice.
Yeah.
But I liked it. He did it very well, and the album is just fucking groovy as hell. Plus, I love the lyrics. Like, the one on the second track, OCD, he says, "Too many voices talk to me." And it's just, I like that line. It was a great, the deathcore has never been... this pop. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to go see shows, but I'm not that diehard of a fan, but it's a good fucking album. I would suggest it. Just saying.
Enough.
But that's my number 6.
To go from deathcore to kind of indie alternative rock.
Buckminster.
My number 6 is Buckminster by Driftless Pony Club.
I heard that was good.
I think this band, I like the sound they're going towards. I like the kind of grandiose nature they're bringing to their music, but it's not like, whoa, in terms of grand, but it's like, it's
What is a Driftless Pony Club? Or a Driftless Pony?
I have no idea.
Me either.
And I like Wheezy Waiter's voice. I like the way he sings.
Wheezy Waiter?
Yeah, he's the singer of the band.
Oh.
Yeah.
Knowledge bomb.
I like the way he fits the band, and they don't root themselves too hard to their influences. That kind of was apparent on their early albums, but it wasn't annoying and it wasn't too excessive. On this, you can tell that they still are rooted from bands like Modest Mouse and stuff, but they don't tend too much to it. They really have expanded their sound even more so off of Expert into this really solid release. Lots of great guitar work, lots of great riffs, some really good choruses, really hooky choruses, like Inspectors of Inspectors, and the fucking He Plants Houses Like Trees. I mean, I like this album so much. Probably my favorite, actually it is my favorite, like, alternative indie album of the year. I think it was just fantastic. Definitely a recommend. All of their stuff I recommend, but this album specifically, one of my favorites they've done. That's my number 6.
My number 5.
Top 5.
Oh, treading water here. Darkness and the Light by Unearth. That was my introduction to this band, and I'm not saying it's my favorite album because I haven't heard much of their other stuff.
They got some good stuff.
From what I heard live, the other breakdowns from was from one of their songs from their third album. I don't remember the name, but that was a good show. Yeah, that was a great. I'm sad I missed that Chimera Unearthed show.
That would have been good.
I wanted to go. Anyway, it's a great. Oh my god, Breakdown is very great fucking breakdowns. Oh Jesus, it's a great album by Unearth, and it's didn't Adam D produce it?
Yeah, he's produced all their albums.
Andy produced that album.
Yeah, Andy.
Andy produced that
Andy. Who the fuck is Andy?
Who the fuck is Andy?
Who is Andy? The best metal shoes of any metal band.
Who
you guys are true with?
Pantera.
Shadows Fall.
Yeah.
Well, is it like another Pantera ripoff?
Yeah.
Fucking.
I think it was terrible.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, this album is just so breakdown heavy, and it's good because, like you said before, they mix the melody with the heavy ass metalcore.
Yeah.
I will admit the bassist or the rhythm guitarist, not Buzz, but the other guy. Yeah, he's kind of whiny, but he fits well. And the opening track, "Watch It Burn," is just And I was debating on putting this on here, and I'm so, like, now I look at it, it deserves to be that high. But the song that really did it was "The Fallen," track 9. Oh my God, breakdown. Just breakdowns. If an album has a breakdown on it, I'll probably like it.
Breakdowns.
Breakdowns. This is where I'm going. That and don't listen to generic pop metal. Yeah. But anyway, Darkness and the Light, number 5.
My number 5 is Worship Music by Anthrax, because out of all their vocalists, Joey is my favorite.
Indians.
I don't hate John. John was great. They released some shit with John, some mediocre shit, but they did some good stuff with John. Joey, they just did. It was great to see them back, and he didn't sound too aged. He did sound a little aged, but he didn't sound too aged.
Not as bad as Bruce Dickinson.
No.
That dude sounds...
But, I mean, they combined what they did with John in terms of incorporating groove metal into their thrashiness. You had tracks like In the End with that really...
Oh my...
But that riff was so great.
Playing that while playing Dead Island was just...
Yeah. With, like, the speed of tracks like The Giant or of Fight Him So You Can't. I mean...
That was a great fucking album.
Great choruses like Devil You Know. And
You're welcome, by the way. Because I purchased it.
Yes, you did. Yeah, thank you.
You paid me back, but still.
Many great fucking songs.
That day needed that album.
Yeah,
that
was a fucking this album is the best thing they've done. We've Come For You All is really good, but it's so much better than that. I mean, it's the best thing they've done in a really long time, and I'm glad Joey's back in the band. I cannot wait to see what they do now. I would like an American Big Four tour. Yes,
that would be nice.
And really, just when I review, I have to actually go more in depth, but just solid riffs, great choruses, fantastic musicianship all around. Charlie Benante, most underrated drummer in metal, period. Worship is a fantastic album. That's why it's my number 5.
Number 4, Stained, self-titled. Fuck.
What I heard was pretty good. It was nice, refreshing.
Holy Jesus. After The Illusion of Progress,
first time I heard the riff,
Aaron Lewis got his fucking balls back.
Yeah. First time I heard the bottom, I was like,
yeah.
Stained has returned.
Not that I'm saying he lost his balls, but it's definitely...
After that country album. He's back.
The thing is that he did it was an EP, actually. Oh. But he did that, and I'm like, well, how good can the Stained album be? Fucking plop that shit in, and it was just... Yeah. You know an album's going to be good when you lose a founding member of a band. Fucker left the band because of this recording of this album. Yeah. You know it's going to be good. I'm just saying.
It's...
And the last track, what's it called?
I didn't even get to hear the whole album.
Something to remind you. I don't remember the name of it. But it's weird. It kind of fades off with me. But I liked it. It had a good message of like telling people when I'm gone, whatnot. People who care enough or whatever. It was good. And the song Wannabe, I swear to God I was listening to like Dysfunction with Limp Bizkit. I felt like he was talking to Fred Durst. He's like, peanut butter in your dick, left hand, giving you a rim. What the fuck, dude? I felt like I was listening to Fred Durst lyrics, but he was punching Fred Durst in the dick with a fucking hammer. Like, seriously, that's what I felt like I was... I mean, it was just funny as hell. Anyway, Stained, great fucking album, and I'm really interested... I'm kind of hoping they're announced for a tour this year, because if Sam would love to see them. So, I like them. And I hope they keep with this style. Damn.
My number 4 is one of my favorite hip-hop albums of the year. All 6s and 7s by the great Tech 9. But in comparison to Welcome to Strangeland, which, if I had heard it more, would probably have replaced All 6s and 7s because it's more of his style. I like All 6s and 7s because it shows that he can be himself while appealing to everyone else by having features that aren't nearly as good as him. Wayne's verse sucked dick.
Yeah, you didn't have
T-Pain was better than Wayne on that track.
T-Pain is better anyway.
But I mean, in terms of that, in terms of his delivery, Wayne sucked dick. Yeah, he's auto-tuned. He does the chorus.
I meant T-Pain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like some of the best features on here, kill. Busta Rhymes, awesome. Twista, phenomenal. Hobson, fantastic.
Was that track with that track with the really fast guy?
Yeah.
Is that on this record?
Mm-hmm.
That really, really fast guy.
Mm-hmm. Twisted Insane.
That dude.
Was
that even? I didn't even know English could be spoken that fast.
To sum it all up, I think that Tech made an album that had, again, great choruses, Am I Psycho, hooky-ass chorus, Boogeyman.
Hooky.
Great, but like him, dark great. You had Chino Moreno doing a great chorus on
I heard about that.
On that track. There's so many fucking tracks in them. There's like 23 tracks. Get a little bundle, 23 tracks. Awesomeness. Sure, this was
metal bands write 23-track albums. Then the thing is, if they did that, they wouldn't write an album for like 7 years.
Yeah, and Tech did it twice. He's amazing.
He just works.
He's amazing, and his flow hasn't died. He's still keeping it fresh, and I love Tech 9. And this album was amazing. I'll go more in depth when I review it, but it's really fucking good. If you want to get a good Tech 9 album, if you want to get Tech 9, but you don't want to go really into his stuff, get this. It's a great little sample of his sound mixed with some mainstream stuff. So, B.O.B. surprised me on here too. Never really listened to B.O.B. He killed his track. If I'm gonna use some hip hop terminology for the reviewers that review hip hop. Killed that track. He went on. He went on that track.
I must be white because I have no idea what he's talking about.
So, like,
so
yeah.
number 3 now?
Number 4 was all 6 and 7's number 3.
The Age of Hell by Chimera. Fucking good ass album.
Yeah, some good shit.
Great. I love it. Awesome. Sweetness. Anyway, follow up to The Infection. Oh, I didn't think anything could get better than that. It's not better. It's about on par. But seriously. I mean, the opening with Venom Inside really did it for me for The Infection. But this fucking album...
It's pretty damn good.
The ending of Year of the Snake, though, makes me mad. Snake. Fuck you, Rob Arnold. No, excuse me, Mark Hunter. Ass bitch. It's a whole new band, though. They literally only have 3 people that are original. DeVry, Arnold, and Hunter. But I guess if those 3 are in it, you'll be good.
Yeah.
It's just such a good Chimera album. I was so happy to hear it was released, because it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking up on Wikipedia, and I was like, new Chimera album being released in 2011. Okay, that came out of nowhere. I didn't even know. The album's done, by the way.
Here it is. It's
not even in the
on your front porch.
It's not even in the studio. It's album done.
Yeah.
Released this day.
It's on the front porch.
It's on your front porch.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so fucking good though. And like the traditional ending with the instrumental, always good. The fucking song Scapegoat. Great song. Great fucking song. What's another good one on there?
Triggerfinger.
Yeah, the whole album is just fucking
is
good. The opening isn't as good, but I really do like it. I
Yeah.
really, really do like it. I can't wait to see them live. I need to. Hopefully they'll be at Mayhem. Or something. I want to see them. Anyway, Chimera, Age of Hell, number 3.
My number 3. Union Black by Skindred. I reviewed the album. Still not out in America. The fuck? Still not out here. It's been out everywhere else in the world. Not here.
Damn well.
Hate that. But I love the album. If you've seen my review, you know I love the way that they blend their elements of themselves as a band within this release.
Reggae.
They even draw the electronica element from the last album. They made a straight-up reggae track with Gun Talk, which surprised the fuck out of me. This release, and you know,
It's probably like 10-20.
it's so good.
We haven't even finished it.
It's so good. I mean, there's a great variety within this album that surprised me in comparison to the last release, and I loved it. It was a nice little Skindredness of awesome. Probably my second favorite, if not my favorite release of theirs. And if you haven't seen my review, I'll link to reviews of stuff that I've done on the thingy. Number 2.
Dystopia by Iced Fucking Earth. Holy
Balls.
shit. Okay. First of all, best album since Horror Show by them. And I love Matt Barlow. But Crucible the Man and Frame Armageddon were just Big Something Wicked Saga.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna fault the albums too much, but fucking Matt Barlow leaves, this album's put out. I don't know how to feel. I hear one track and I'm like, fuck, I got a boner again.
Yeah.
I got rebonered.
And then you hear the Dante's Inferno reading.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was
so
fan-freaking-tastic. And we're so going to see them in March. Too bad we couldn't see them with Symphony X, because that's who they're touring with right now.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. But anyway, it's just such a fucking good album, and I can't wait for more material. Stu Block, I love you. You are like my second favorite vocalist ever.
That's high props. They've had a lot of vocalists.
And Matt Barlow is just here, and you're like there.
You're really good, Stu.
Stu, if
you watch this, you're actually really good.
You give fantastic justice to that band, and I'm so glad you do. Because Tim Owens was He was... You can't take Priest and put him in Iced Earth.
Yeah. You have to have the mix.
Because he
have the mix of the
he
Priest
didn't have...
and the mix of the
He
Maiden.
didn't have the growl.
Yeah.
He didn't have the... He only had the...
Burn.
He had the Halford.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad to see you just are doing such a great job, and he mixes so well. I'm talking to you like he's actually gonna fucking watch this. Anyway, he does so well. 10 out of 12 writing credits. Barlow never had that many writing credits.
They're really lenient now with writing credits, I guess.
I don't think...
Maybe Schaefer's just running out of ideas.
I doubt it. Schaefer, really? I think more Stu just fit well.
Yeah.
He just... I don't know. Maybe not. I think maybe Schaefer is running out of gas lyrically.
I mean,
but
they've been doing
the
this
thing
since
is
the 90s.
that there was only 2 tracks that Block had sole writing credit for lyrics. Everything else was like both. I mean, if you don't have a direction, you have someone else help you. Mm-hmm. Plus, the album is just good. I love the dystopian themes, hence the name, Dystopia. And I love how they really took 2 tracks, one in the last, and catered them to the Something Wicked. They're not going to do another album because it's over.
Yeah.
But
they brought
actually I wouldn't mind if you did another album. Piece of stew, it would just be awesome. But anyway,
you have the variety of the vocalist.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. But the thing is that now you can pretty like Schaefer said, you can cater anything to the Something Wicked saga, any time period. Mm-hmm. But it's just such a fucking good album. It's not my number 1. Probably know what that is now. Yeah. But it's just so fucking.
His number 1 is my number 2.
But it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I love this album, and I can't wait to hear more. Shit.
Number 2 for me is Unto the Locust, Machine Head.
Damn.
My favorite metal release. It's so good. It
stands alone from the Blackening.
It does. It really does. And it's just, you incorporate so many different elements that they have, like the cellos, and from who you are, opening. And that, and the kids, and the great, and like you
the drum work,
the drum work, oh.
Dave motherfucking McClain.
The instruments are so good on the album, and
they're crisp. The guitars are crisp.
They are, and the production is great. Everything just sounds so.
And it's very conceptual. It's one of their only conceptual albums.
Yeah, I mean
metaphorical too.
You get a lot of just fantastic.
That was a great fucking show too.
Yes, I'm sad that I had to almost pass out halfway through because I was dying of heat exhaustion.
It's okay though. I made it for him.
It was.
I was there.
This album was just so damn amazing. I really don't know how they're gonna follow this up. I didn't know how they were gonna follow the Blackening, but I mean,
they're progressively getting shorter. They're eventually just gonna have a 4-track album that are 30 minutes each.
I mean, like they're getting grand and they're getting more edgier.
Because the Blackening was brutal. Was very
Pearl Before the Swine.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking heavy track, and you have these elements of the classical guitar.
And Darkness Within was a very, very good song too.
It was kind of a personal sounding song. I mean, you really. This band
I'm
is
not really sure how I was enjoying the "Strum in Vain to Please the Lord" bit, but that was different. But I liked it. He did it well.
They're just gonna.
I loved the breakdown.
Yeah. Music, my savior.
That was good. Anyway.
It's so just
good.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Number 1.
Before we get to number 1s, let me.
Into the Locust.
Yeah.
Are we recording?
This is hours later. And we had dinner.
We've been eating dinner for like 3 hours. We ate shit.
Number 1 album of the year. Yours is
Resolution by Lamb of God.
Yeah. Mine too.
It's the anticipation. It's killing me.
It's so amazing.
It's Unto the Locust by Machine Head. Album is epic beyond fucking belief. Go get it. Great follow to the Blackening. Don't know how they're gonna follow it up. Yada yada yada. He said everything I did. You're number 1.
My number 1 was Wasting Light by the Foo Fighters. I've masturbated about this album so many times verbally. I've praised this album. This album.
I'll not interrupt you.
Everything amazing. Instrumentation, the songs, lyrical content. Everything of this album is perfection to their standard. It blows everything they've done out of the water. You've seen my review. You know I reviewed this album. I fucking love this album. It's amazing. Lyrics are awesome. Dave Grohl's a god. They made an earthquake in the fucking New Zealand playing this album. Do I need to say any more?
Unto the Locust is good too.
That's why it's my number 2. But, I love this album so much. It's good rock. It's just good straight rock, which you don't get that much nowadays. They have made a fantastic rock album, and it's got the heavy, it's got the swag, it's got everything. It's amazing.
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train.
I like Crazy Train.
So we're gonna do songs. That was albums. Those are our 11 albums of the year.
Ow! I know how Barbie feels.
Quick summary. 11. Year 11. Just quick.
11. Iconoclast. Time is up. I remember. Pig Hammer Beast, I'm With You, The Black Crown, Darkness and the Light, Stained, self-titled, The Age of Hell and Dystopia, and Unto the Locust, 11 through 1.
And mine were Takasago Army, Hot Sauce Committee Part 2, Ruining It for Everybody, Green Naga Hide, I'm With You, Buckminster, Worship Music, All Sixes and Sevens, Union Black, Unto the Locust, and Wasting Light. Those are our 11. Links in the end of thingy for all kinds of stuff. Facebook, Twitter as well. All that fun shit.
Connect with me. My name is Jesse.
I
love all of you.
And yeah, you guys are good days, I have situations. I'll see you guys in the song video.